Hey, it's Mr. Scopa here with an update for October 2nd, 2015. Can you believe it? It's October already, and we are already a month into school. Time is flying already. Just want to give you a couple quick updates on things that are going on. We did start the Wordly Wise this week. That went through and we worked on that. There's going to be a lot of similar things this week as far as how it's set up. It's still going to have the words at the beginning that we're going to introduce to the kids today. The first activity, finding meanings of matching things up and then writing the sentence, is the same. For the second activity, where it's improving and crossing off the bold words and using one of the words from our list, is the same. This next one, where it is circling the ones that are correct and there could be more than one correct answer, is the same. This one is the same type of activity, it's just a little bit opposite. Last week it was synonyms to the words, this week it's antonyms, and so it is opposites, and so that's an important thing to note that when they are going through. The reading passage and question setup is still the same. Just a couple quick things about this. I've had the kids write in at the top up here that when they go through and they answer the questions, that the word that they are using should be circled. That's a good way for them to go through and check to make sure that they've used each word only one time. That's an important thing. In the passage, they should be underlining where the answers to those questions come from. So, for example, if there was this first question, the first question came from sentence number 1, they would underline sentence number 1 and just put a little 1 next to it, so that way we know that they are finding the answers in the right place. I did correct things in bright red when I went through this week for this section of Lesson E because I wanted them to definitely see the things that were going on. We did go through and talk about those answers. Now, A through D, those first 4 things are due on Tuesday. Section E is due next Thursday. They're getting them today so that way they can take some time over the weekend and look at it and start it. And remember, I keep telling them, and just a reminder to you to keep on them for that, don't let them leave it until the last night before it is due. If so, it's going to seem like a lot of work and it's going to take them a while. And this is a program that's set up so they do a little bit all the way through. They always have time here in class. When they finish activities, they can take out this book and be working on those activities. Even if it's Monday, they can be working on Section E ahead of time. And the whole idea is instilling in them that responsibility of using their time wisely and planning out their time and just kind of getting into a regular habit. And with this, the whole idea is to expand their vocabulary, both speaking, reading, and actually a third one, so I shouldn't have said both, and writing. We want to see their skills expand throughout the year and make them stronger readers, writers, and speakers. And that's an important life goal. So something else I want to talk about as a reminder, we do have our reading logs that are due each day that they've got to be reading for 20 minutes, and they need to write down the full title, making sure to capitalize it, and the directions right on the top say that they need to underline the titles, and it needs to be spelled correctly because they're copying things over. It should make sure that things are spelled correctly. They need to also be writing in the pages, the start page and the end page, how long they read for, and then all you need to do, the only thing that you need to do on the reading log is go through and initial it. The kids should be working on being neat on there and writing them out themselves. Now, as a bit of an added incentive for them, we're participating in the Pizza Hut Book It program, and what that is there are a total of 6 months, October, November, December, January, February, March, and I have a poster up here that has all of their names on here, and really, my message is you stay in for the month by turning in your completed reading log on time each day. So they need to make sure to get that reading log completed and turned in each day. That's an important part. That's that responsibility part of their homework. And if they do that for every day of the month, then they get a coupon for a free personal pan pizza at Pizza Hut, which works at any Pizza Hut restaurant. There's one over in Newark. There's one in Fairport. If you're visiting Grandma down in North Carolina and you go to a Pizza Hut, it'll work down there too because it is a national program, and so that's a great thing. As a reminder with those book logs, there is a section that says AR test completed, yes or no, or to check it off when they do it. And that's a reminder for them that they need to be working towards their district set goal of 25 or more AR books on their level. Now, I have some kids that already have, let's see, my highest is 9. I'm sorry, I was looking at my chart over there. And there's a bunch of people that still haven't done an AR test. So I'm going to give you a little refresher so you can kind of walk them through it of how to get to our AR system when they're not here at school. So if you go to www.pelmaccsd.org and then go to schools and click on intermediate school. When you click on intermediate school, you know you're in the right spot. Over here on the left-hand side, it says especially for students. So you'll want to click on that. And then the first one is accelerated reader. They click I'm a student. They log in with their username and password. And it's the same one that they've had, and they all know what it is. So that way they can get in there and take some tests. And as they score an 80% or higher, I'll go through and update the chart periodically to get them towards that district set goal of 25 books. And to think that one student is already more than halfway through the goal for the first trimester, that's amazing. I have some other students that need to catch up a little bit. With reading 20 minutes each night, there should be plenty of opportunities and plenty of books to take AR tests on. And a reminder, on Friday is our library day. They can take out multiple books from the library. They should be getting books on their level. I've talked with them about what their reading level is for their independent, kind of giving them a range of books levels that they should be looking at when they're in the library. I have shared that list with Mrs. Robinson, our school librarian, so that way she's aware of it, they're aware of it, so that way they can help kind of pick things out. This week we did take the MAP reading test, and I'm using some of that information to help me set up some different level groups for the kids for reading, and also to see where they are so we can kind of set some goals after we're done with the reading and math MAP tests. We'll be taking the MAP test for math next week. We've already done the Ames Web Fluency, where I find out how many words they read accurately in a minute. We've done the Ames Web Math, where computation, where it's just straight out different math problems. And then we also did concepts and applications, where it also talked about word problems and reading charts and things like that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to compile all of this into just a general document for each one of you so you can see where your student is. This information also will be appearing on our report card in December for our first trimester, but I wanted to make sure that you had that information ahead of time just so you kind of have an idea of where the goal levels are, the targets for each one of these tests, and where your student is performing, so that way you can kind of get an idea of where they kind of rank up against those national averages. With that, I hope you have a great weekend. It's unfortunately going to be doing some rain, I think, from that nice little hurricane that's coming up along the East Coast and giving us lots of water, but there'll still be some football, and you know, it's a great weekend to get out there and do some apple picking or some family activities there. So with that, we'll see you next week.